Shelley Hofberg is a clairvoyant, medium, pet psychic, and tarot reader. She does not ask for the details about your life, but primarily relies on her gift of clairvoyance to receive the psychic insights that will be the most helpful to you about your soulmate, relationships, money concerns, and your career path. As a pet psychic, she will receive insights about what your pet or pets wants you to know. As a medium, she will connect with your loved ones on the other side. Shelley Hofberg is the host of the Psychic Horizon radio show, produced by Goldilocks Productions and presented on Blog Talk Radio, Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Shelley brings together the pioneers and visionary teachers to share with you some of the most enlightening knowledge that is out there today to expand your horizons and open the paths to higher consciousness.
Welcome to the Psychic Horizon Show. I'm your host, Psychic Shelley Hofberg, and today's special guest is Bill Foss, who will be talking about psychic healing and doing readings for you. He is a clairvoyant, he is a medical intuitive, and he reads the Akashic Records. And before I bring on Bill Foss, I want to make some quick announcements that on January 10th, Jeremy Ryden will be the guest on my radio show. He's the author of Your Soul Story, How to Create the Life You Always Wanted. And on January 17th is Brian Ross. He's the host of the Magical Journey radio show that comes on Wednesdays, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And on January the 25th, I don't remember what guest that is. So let's. And I want you to know that I'm going to be at the Learning Light Psychic Fair in Anaheim on January 12th from 10 a.m., Anaheim, California, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. I'm now ready to bring on my guest, Bill Foss. Oh, and my guest for the 25th is Jimmy Max. He's an intuitive, a medical intuitive, and he has a show on produced by Goldilocks Productions. I'm now ready to bring on my guest, Bill Foss. Hello, Bill.
Hi, Shelley. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
Doing really well. It sounds like you've got a lot of very interesting shows upcoming planned.
Yes, I do.
Well, that's wonderful.
And, Bill, can you tell the caller something about yourself?
Yes. Well, it all started a long time ago in a faraway galaxy. So I remember as I got into my, I'm going to jump forward and then jump back in answer to that question and that comment. As I got into my healing and my intuitive work over the years, I projected back past my childbirth and remembered being in other cultures among the stars. I remembered being Pleiadian. I remembered the Great Central Sun. I remembered other distant alien cultures that I had been part of. And so that has been sort of the gift that keeps on giving as we get into psychic healing today and how it all works and how it all relates. As I came into this lifetime, in reincarnating on the planet many, 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 many lifetimes over and over. I've been here for a very long time doing lots of different things, lots of different work and service work. And as I came into this lifetime as a small child, I was drawn to the arts. From being an artist and an artisan in different ways in different lifetimes, I was drawn to the arts. And that sort of that transitioned me into different forms of the arts, music, theater, performance, things of that nature. And growing up in the Midwest, my creativity was sort of like a boxed flame because I knew I was different. I just couldn't really put my finger on it. I wasn't really comfortable with Midwestern culture at all. I really vibed with the outdoors. But honestly, I had no reference for anything metaphysical, spiritual in any way other than, the local church that we belong to. And so I went inward. I directed all of my insights and my energy inward and became very creative. As I grew up over the years, I eventually found spirituality, or it found me, and I had to find out what that big question mark in the background of my life was. And so I started studying yoga and Tai Chi and energy healing and wanted to know everything about it, as many of us do. When we start waking up, we want to take all the classes. We want to get the readings. We want to find out more about the way the energy works and about God and the ethers and the different dimensions and the ascended masters and our spirit guides and different crystals and healing. And there's just so much. There's so much that we can enjoy. And so as I got into it, I found the Akashic Records, and I started working with the Akashic Records for many years. And that transitioned right into doing healing work because I would be working with people, and people had said, well, my friends or intuitives over the years that I'd run into or that I was friends with had said, you should be a healer. And I thought, well, I have friends that are healers. I'll let them do that. I'm just going to do the Akashic Records and do my art and everything else. And so as Spirit had directed me out across the country to develop my career as working with the Akashic Records and teaching and giving messages and teaching workshops on the Akashic Records. Eventually, I started doing expos where I would be working with people one-to-one, continuously, all day long. And it was during that time that Spirit would put people in front of me that needed clearing, that needed healing, that needed medical intuitive work inside their body. And it just came right through me through the records. So I was literally put on the spot with the healing. And Spirit said, you're going to start doing healing. So as I got into that, it's really been the gift that has kept giving. It continues to change and teach me as I'm working with others in different ways. And I just came from Florida. I'm in Knoxville, Tennessee today on my way back out to San Diego. And I just came from working with an intense situation, a gentleman in Florida who had neurosis, neuropathy in his legs and arms. And we did powerful medical intuitive healing over the course of 4 days, and we've turned the tide for him. So it really has been it's been a very, very inspirational journey, to say the least. And it just keeps changing.
Awesome. Well, Bill, let's take our first caller, and then we'll do our start our interview on psychic healing. Caller, you're on the air. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, and who do we have the pleasure of speaking to?
Yes, my name is Casey.
Hi, Casey. And Casey,
Hi, Casey.
Hi, Casey. How can we help you today, Casey?
I just wanted to hold on for 1 second. I just wanted to see with the New Year's coming in, and I've been in a relationship for like close to 6 months, and I just wanted to see if this was the person for me moving forward.
What do you feel, Bill?
Casey, hi.
Hi, and Happy New Year's to you both.
Happy New Year's. So where are you located at, Casey?
I'm in Georgia.
Oh, awesome. I just drove through there. I drove all the way across the state.
Oh, okay.
So, Casey, what is your significant other's name?
His name is Stuart.
Uh-huh. And you all have been together for about 6 months?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm just taking a look for you here, Casey.
Okay.
I think it'll go well. I think it'll go well. He seems like a nice enough gentleman. It feels like his energy can be a little aggressive at times. Like he's looking at you, and I see him looking at you, and he wants you to commit to him. He wants to kind of do what he wants to do also. So isn't that kind of the isn't that kind of the way we all, humanity, everybody wants to do what they want to do.
Right.
But I really feel like, it feels like it will work. It feels like it'll work. Just give it a little space to breathe. I think that's the main thing.
Okay.
It feels like, when did you start seeing him?
In August.
Okay. I think you all are going to be fine. To continue, you may take a little break. You may take a little break over the summer, but I think you'll work things out. Yeah, I see the difference between your two energies,
Okay.
So, is that helpful?
Yes, that was very helpful.
Yeah, I think it'll work. Is there children involved?
No. Well, I have 2 boys that will be moving in with me because I've been living with my brother now for like 3 months because I moved out of my home, and my home should be ready in like a week or so. And me and the boys will be moving back home. So, but I don't have any kids with him though.
Okay, I think he'll do well with the boys. I think he'll be a good. I think he'll be a good role model. I think he'll be stern with them.
Okay.
But yeah, everything looks good, you know. Shelley?
Okay, well,
Casey, I feel that Steward, sorry about that, Steward, is older in age than you.
yes, ma'am.
And I feel that he went through a bad marriage or a bad breakup. He went through a bad relationship in the past.
Yes, ma'am, he did, a bad marriage.
Yeah, and he does have feelings for you, but I feel that he's very cautious, you know, because he's concerned about, he doesn't want to get hurt again. So he does have feelings for you, but it feels like the relationship has kind of been up and down with you and Stewart. And I feel that he's reserved. He's very reserved, and that he doesn't always communicate his feelings to you. And I do feel that, you know, that he loves you. You know, he does love you. And I feel that as we get into April, May, June, you know, because I still see the relationship as we get into April, May, June, that you and Stewart may end up living together. And I don't think that's going to be a problem for your boys. They're going to meet Stewart, and I feel that I agree with Bill about Stewart and the boys, you know, having a good relationship with each other, you know, that they're going to like Stewart, and Stewart is going to like your son. And I feel that you've had some financial difficulties, and I feel that Stewart may end up helping you out financially. He's that kind of guy. If he cares about somebody, you know, he helps them. He has a good heart. And so I feel in the future that he's going to help you out. And then I feel perhaps in another, maybe within around 2020 or 2021, that Stewart and you could end up getting married. That this is the man that you could end up having a marriage with, you know, because it does look like it's a good relationship. There's love there, and he's a good man, and the relationship is going to work out. And if I could be of further help to you, Casey, my phone number is 818-744-5241, or go to my website, psychichorizon.com, and I charge $20 for 30 minutes and $30 for 45 minutes. And, Bill, how can Casey get a hold of you?
Thank you, Shelley. Casey, if you'd like to get in touch with me, you can get in touch with me at area code 918-770-3810. And my website is Bill Foss, F-O-S-S, BillFoss.net.
Okay, I got yours. Can you give me your number again, Shelley?
It's 818-744-5241.
Okay, I got it. I got both of them. Thank you all so much.
You're welcome,
Thank you, Casey.
And have a good New Year, Casey.
Mm-hmm. You both have a Happy New Year too.
I'm now going to do my interview with Bill Foss on psychic healing, and then we will take our next caller. Bill, what is psychic healing?
Well, Shelley, I'm looking at the special edition Journey to the Akashic Records, the book. It's a 400-page source book on the records. That's available on Amazon, and it's available at my site, BillFoss.net. And in the middle of the special edition book, there is a special chapter on psychic healing and how to use it. And the chapter starts with two definitions, and it says psychic, relating to or denoting faculties or phenomena that are apparently inexplicable by natural laws especially involving telepathy or clairvoyance, aka psychic powers. Healing, the process of making or becoming sound or healthy again, the gift of healing. So basically, we're talking about the marriage or the combination of psychic powers and the gift of healing. And the term psychic healing itself, as it was popularized in Europe and Britain in the 16, 17, 1800s, the actual art of psychic healing goes back over the course of history, goes all the way back to the ancient healers of Egypt who used healing rods wrapped with gold and copper and crystals, and where they would do Reiki-like procedures on the physical bodies and the etheric bodies, the astral bodies of people within the kingdom. Throughout history, all of the ancient masters that would heal by a look, by a word, with their hands, by touching someone or projecting energy across the room, such as Christ, Jesus, was probably the most well-known psychic healer that we have as far as a worldwide well-known psychic healer. You know, I mean, someone that could project with their mind and that clairvoyantly channel the power of the universe, the healing power of the universe, the mind of God, the healing power of God, channel the words and the messages of Creator through, and also have a studied inspirational reference to ancient texts throughout India, the Far East, Greek philosophy, and other places that he visited. So all of these places as well are great, have a great wealth of knowledge as far as psychic healing. The Far East, with all of the internal arts, the internal martial arts, Tai Chi and Qigong, very powerful forms of psychic healing. Psychic healing is it's a general term, but I love those two words paired together. It's so powerful. And that being said, anyone that uses psychic abilities can learn to harness and project the psychic energy in a manifested way, to create health, wholeness, and well-being for another person. And, you know, in a roundabout way or generally, we all do that. Because if somebody calls us for help, we're saying, well, you know, I think this needs to change, and this and this and this, or I think that this will work out for you, and I think things will work in this way for you. So as we're telling somebody what we see through the ethers along the timeline of their life to help them and to help inspire their path, we're actually creating like a vortex of healing for that person. So, and that can even translate, you can even translate that perspective in your gift, you can even translate that into medical intuitive. So if you start looking into the body, you know, looking into situations around different things that are going on with a person's health, and then you start looking, you know, into what would be helpful for them, what types of therapy, what types of nutrients would be helpful, and then even start going deeper into a deeper level and looking directly down into the body and looking at what's going on. So there are many levels of psychic healing. It's very inspirational and a powerful technique that's creative that we have access to.
Let's take our next caller, Bill. Hello, caller.
Okay.
Hello, caller.
Hi, this is Carolyn.
Hi, Carolyn.
How are you both doing?
Hi,
Happy
Carolyn.
New Year. Hi.
Happy New Year, Carolyn.
Thank you.
Happy New
Same
Year.
to you. Yes, it's going to be fantastic, I know. My question right now is, what changes are coming up for me in this new year, 2019?
Hi, Carolyn.
How you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, let's take a look.
Okay.
Well, Carolyn, this is going to be a really colorful year for you.
Good.
You've got some healing that you're doing in the body. You've got some dietary changes that you're working on. This is going to continue in a very beneficial way throughout the beginning of the year. You have some new studies that you're going to be involved with, some new energy studies that you're going to be involved with. You have a surprise relationship, significant other that's going to be coming in.
Ooh, okay.
I guess it's not a surprise now, huh?
Well, I figured it was coming, but it'll be a surprise when I meet him. Yes.
Yep. Yeah. Well, you're getting like really close. You're getting dangerously close.
Woo!
I'm
excited.
You're right in the zone there. That looks like he's coming in right about mid-year.
Oh, okay, mid-year.
Right about mid-year. Could be like late spring. Could happen as early as late spring. Late spring, early summer. Looks like somebody's coming in for you. And then you're going to be connecting with some new spiritual groups. And it looks like you're going to be involved with a spiritual center of some sort.
Okay.
Towards the late summer and that's going to take you into the fall. So you've got like a really, it feels like you've got a really good year, and it feels like this is the year. So in many ways, this is the year you've kind of been waiting for.
Oh yes. Mm-hmm. I'm excited. I'm here. It's 2019, so I know it's going to be a great year.
Absolutely, yeah. And your excitement, is I think you can feel what's coming, and I think just continue to be open and be in the zone and allow it to come in and receive, and as it comes in, just be thankful and just continue to create. Just move, continue to flow.
I think I will do that.
Yeah, so everything feels very good for you, very colorful.
Ooh, that's good news. Thank you. Thank you, Phil.
You're welcome. Shelley?
I'm feeling, Carolyn, something with your blood pressure or hormone level. Have you been to the doctor to check your hormone level and your blood pressure?
Yes, I go every month. I'm supposed to go on the 16th this month.
Has it been okay?
Yes.
All right, because something about the blood pressure or the hormone level, and I think you, may have insomnia. I feel you have trouble sleeping. And other than the blood pressure or hormone level, which you need to check, I feel that you may be low in iron, that you don't have enough iron in your diet.
Okay.
So you need to eat spinach, or you need to eat liver. I don't know if you like liver, but that's high in iron. Or you need to get some iron pills because your iron's very low. I do feel that you are going to move this year. That that there's going to be a move, and that you're either going to sell your home or rent it, and you're going to move. And it looks like where you're going to be moving, it may be like either a small house or a dupar. And it looks like it's on the second floor because I see a balcony. I see wood floors and a balcony. And it may be 2 bedrooms. You may have a healing room because I think this year that you're going to get back into your healing and starting to do your healing, and you're going to be doing that through a healing center. That you're going to, find a healing center and be working there as a healer. That you're going to get back into that. I don't think you're going to have the strength or energy to do that until we get to April, May, June, July. It looks like as we get into that time period, that you're not going to be tired as much. You're going to have more energy. And you're not going to be tired as much. And I do agree with Bill that you'll get involved with some kind of metaphysical center. And you may be doing some volunteer work at a metaphysical center or working at a metaphysical bookstore, and that would be part-time work, working there. Because I see something coming in with either volunteer work or a part-time job, and it would be in a metaphysical store, and where I feel that you would be earning some extra money. So it looks like there's going to be some improvement with your finances. You are going to have more money. Okay. And good. I do agree with Bill that a relationship is coming in for you, and I always get the name Michael. Every time I do a relationship reading for you, the name Michael comes up. So I feel that the man's going to be named Michael, and I feel that he has his own home, and he lives near the water, and he's retired. I feel he's retired, and he has a really good pension, and has money through real estate investments. He dabbles in real estate investments and other investments. So he seems to be very financially stable, and he has salt and pepper. He has salt and pepper hair, and he's about 5'9" or 6 foot, with hazel eyes and salt and pepper hair or brown eyes. So you are going to get into a relationship, and there's going to be a new dentist. I feel you might not be happy with the dentist you're with, so you're going to get a new dentist, and you are going to be finding some low-cost medical insurance. I feel that there might be a change in your medical insurance, that you may have low-cost medical insurance that covers doctors and dentists, and vision. Yeah. And Bill, how can Carolyn get in contact with you?
Carolyn, if you'd like to get in contact with me, my phone number is 918-770-3810. And I have a brand new website up called billfoss.net. So be sure and check that out.
Okay, I will.
And there's lots of new books and products. There's a bunch of new pictures on the start page, and all kinds of good stuff.
Good. Okay. And Shelley, would you give me your number?
818-744-5241.
Thank you. Both of you have done a great job.
Yes, thank you, Carol.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. I'm
Thank
now ready to continue my interview on psychic healing with Bill Foss, and then we're going to take our next caller. What are the origins of psychic healing, Bill?
Shelley, the origins of psychic healing literally go back as far as psychic awareness itself. Honestly, naturally, someone giving psychic messages to someone else, the ancient levels of prophecy. This would have been based on our creative needs as individuals and as a race of people, asking the question both intuitively or in the moment, is everything going to be okay? Is everything going to be all right? Whether it's with a situation or my health or, a person asking this, needing insight, needing comfort, needing direction, which way to go. So as long as we have been giving psychic messages across history as a race of people, then I would like to add to that, then naturally we have been also projecting messages around what would later be termed as psychic healing. And as we were talking about earlier, throughout ancient Egypt, throughout ancient Sumeria, ancient Tibet, the Tibetans were very powerful healers. Healers that worked with the energy of the sun, solar gazers. This was a powerful form of psychic healing. Solar gazing has been known to have existed in multiple cultures all over the planet. Psychic healing could also have its roots into some of the ancient tribes, Aboriginal tribes, Australia, Africa, where they were doing ritual, where they were working with deep levels of earth energy, So psychic healing could also be termed as shamanic healing in certain ways. Now, we know that shamanic healing has its own flavor, its own style. But as you get into the ancient forms and the deep levels of shamanic healing, psychic healing, you find that shamanic healing is a form of psychic healing, because the shamanic healers were working with, in the ancient tribes, for the people of the tribes when they journeyed out to find the soul fragments for an individual, or to bring back their soul when someone's soul was lost and a person felt empty, or to heal their body, to take certain energies out of the body which were connected with illnesses that were coexisting in a person's body. The shamanic healers would journey clairvoyantly, using clairvoyance. They would receive messages through clairsentience. Clairaudience. And they would feel things from people through the clairsentience. So the clairvoyant traveling generally are what shamanic healers are known for most powerfully. But this comes not only for shamanic healers, but it comes through for us as we're practicing psychically. We get empathic messages. We feel things. We feel things in our own empathic field as psychics when we're working with somebody else that might have challenges going on. So, for instance, let's say if I'm going to work with somebody tomorrow or the next day who has some major back issues going on, it's been common for me to start having sympathy pains in my back out of nowhere sometimes. Now, not always, but sometimes. And then someone, and then I'll be talking to someone the next day and they'll say, well, my back is like really tweetered up, and I'll say, well, that's interesting because as soon as you connected over the internet that we were going to work together, I started feeling pain in my back. So often the shamanic healers and energy healers, psychic healers, and those of us working psychically will feel things empathically from other people. We'll receive messages clairaudiently, and we'll journey. We will journey into future moments clairvoyantly. So there's a lot of powerful. I didn't even mention the powerful healers from from India, these ancient siddhas that over the course of history would they would study primarily to lengthen their lifetimes. So they want their primary study was lengthening their lifetimes, even up to achieving immortality, or what they called the non-aging, in order to study spirituality, energy, to enter into what they called the breathless state, where they could breathe or not breathe. I mean, they could just stop breathing if they want. They could drink water. They could eat or not eat. Very, very powerful dynamics that are available as we get into deep levels of study around healing. And psychic healing is just the tip of the iceberg. So anybody who's interested in psychic healing, do a search. See what comes up around energy healing. See what comes up around some of the psychics, the great psychics over the course of history that have, helped others.
That's really interesting, Bill. Let's take our next caller, Bill. Hello, caller.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi, and who do we have the pleasure of speaking to?
Hi, this is Amla. How are you, Shelley?
I'm fine. How are you, Amla?
Good. Nice to talk to you.
It's good to talk to you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. I do have a question. It's interesting. In the last couple of weeks, I've talked to you before, Shelley, but I've really spoken my truth and got everything laid out on the table, and I was basically wavering a lot the month of December with what to do, and it just felt right with this person that I was interested in to tell him exactly how I felt, and no barriers, just put everything out on the table. And I haven't heard from him, but it's okay. I just feel like my heart feels like it's pretty much done, but I don't know what you guys feel or what you feel is going on. Hi, Bill.
Hi.
And Bill, what do you feel, Bill, for Emma?
Is Emma? Is that your name?
No, it's Amla.
Amla. Sorry about that.
Amla. Yep. Okay. And Amla, where are you at?
I'm in Connecticut.
You're in Connecticut. Okay. Just taking a look for you here.
Sure.
Okay, so Amla, what I'm getting for you, you're very creative. You're very colorful. You're very task oriented. You have a lot of energy. And one thing the first thing that I got for you right away when you started talking is that you felt a need to manage the situation, which, and I'm not judging that in using those choice of words in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying that you have a certain procedure, you have a way of presenting what you want out into the world, and the other part, so that's like the conscious part of it. The unconscious or the subconscious part of all of this, and that comes through your heart, is I feel like that you could also like go into meditation and to broadcast a transmission of love. Broadcast, open your heart, and actually doing this procedure will open your heart, and it'll open the body and kind of slow you down a little bit to where you'll start vibing more, and you'll be in more of a love vibration with not only whoever you're trying to go after, but with every aspect of your life. And that's going to make you that much more approachable. So if you approach like sending out this frequency from as a field and an announcement, an invitation to the world from your heart, could that bring that person right back to you? Yeah, absolutely, it could. Could it bring in other people other players you didn't know were there, that were on the field? Absolutely, yes. So you could have more opportunities come in as you change. Yeah. As you change.
It does make sense. Actually, what I did was I set up the opportunity to, like, does this person want to step up to the plate, because he really wasn't putting out much. And so it's just like, look, I know what I deserve. It's kind of like that's what I said. It's like, I know what I deserve. I value myself. And I deserve, every one of us, we deserve the best and nothing less. And it's not just a saying. I believe that. It's from my heart, like what you're feeling. So, yeah, it totally makes sense with maybe other people showing up. But I just was kind of wondering, like, if he's going to step up. I guess that's my question. Is he going to step up when and if he comes back, or if he comes back, for that matter?
Well, yeah. So look at it. I think here's another perspective to add to that. So I just want to add a perspective to your question that you just posed. So we're looking at it practically like, okay, you're this person and he's a separate person, and is he really going to, what's he going to do? Right. And I'd like to pose sort of an intermediary third perspective and say, what if you use this dynamic and you open the energies and open your heart and you change reality a little bit, then could he come back? Absolutely, yes. Could he fall away and it not even matter to you? That could happen. Yeah, that could happen. You could be just and when you open your heart and you start feeling creative with everything around you, you're like, oh my God, how could I hold that person back how could I tether them? Like
right.
when everything, it's like you change the version of reality. That's what it boils down to. So
That
this
makes
is
sense.
also a form of psychic healing. It's like you go into your heart and you start projecting this field of energy, and what it does is it overlays on the reality, and it literally, what you're doing is you're changing time-space reality. You're upgrading the version. It's like you're upgrading the operating system, the operating program. It's like this field comes out from you, and it changes and shifts the reality into a more user-friendly version of reality.
Absolutely. Makes
And
complete
so
sense.
that person might show up now for you in a completely different way.
Okay.
But I do feel like you're ready, and I do feel like it will be him, or that there will be others coming in for you.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So
That's interesting.
So really get excited, go into your heart, really broadcast this. Broadcast the energy and change the reality.
Okay. Shelley, do you have anything for this?
Yes, I feel that he is still drinking. And that he has been going through a depression, and he's been spending a lot of time by himself, alone. Yeah. By himself, and he's still depressed. I do feel that there will be a reconnection between the two of you, but it's not going to be until March or April. There's going to be in March or April some contact and communication, between the two of you, because he kind of misses the connection that he had with you. I feel you and he had a connection, and I feel that he does still care about you. But he, it's like I said before, this man is very deeply hurt. He didn't have a good childhood, and he hasn't had a lot of good relationships.
Right.
And he has he's depressed, and he's deeply hurt, and he's going to need to take care of himself right now and work through some of these issues that he has before he's ready for a relationship. But I do feel, that, it's not over. There will be contact and communication between the two of you. It's just going to take some time.
Shelley, do you feel like what you said, with, just to reiterate, by March or April, between the next few months, him and I will be working on ourselves in order to come back stronger and more loving for each other? Would he be ready in March and April, or is it just he wants to connect?
I feel he wants to connect. It's going to be a while before he's ready for a commitment. But I feel he'll want to connect again. But I feel that in connecting with you, he'll make an effort to communicate more to you. Not to have these periods that he doesn't talk to you. He'll make an effort to communicate, to talk to you, to spend time with you. He won't be seeing other women, and eventually there could be a commitment, but it's just going to take time. It's going to take time. It's like taking baby steps.
Got it. Okay. Well, I appreciate both of your insight. I'm definitely, Bill, I love what you said. It's about expansion time. I really feel that. And I'm going to do that heart energy work. Yes. Beautiful.
Excellent. That's wonderful.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Shelley.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for calling, dear.
God bless. Take good care.
God bless.
Okay. Bye.
I wanted to thank Bill Foss for being my special guest on the Psychic Horizon show. He will be coming back in the future. I wanted to thank all the guests who participated and the psychic callers who participated in the Psychic Horizon show. And I want to thank Tiffany Whitesage, woman of Goldilocks Production, for producing the Psychic Horizon show. Have a good day, Bill. Have a good day.
Yes, thank you, Shelley, and thank you, Tiffany, and thank you, everyone, as well.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.